welcome to the Slip Sis YouTube channel. I'm Che.
I'm Gabz.
And this is episode 22.
Yeah, I was going to say 22 as well.
22.
So that sounds right.
Yep. Thank you so much for joining us. This is our channel where we share all about our knitting and crafting and all the other things. And you can find us on Ravelry as Slip Sis, Instagram as slip.slip.sis. All of our information is down below, so you can contact us that way. And today is Saturday, May 13th. Did I get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we are going to jump into FOs. And while I get myself together, Gab, why don't you chat first?
I actually have no FOs to show you, which is shocking. I know. Well, you'll see in WIPs why I really don't have like a true FO. But I am doing I made up a challenge for myself. This is not a knit along. It's just, I decided to challenge myself. And I'm trying to make 30 cozies, yarn cozies in 30 days, starting on at May 1st, and it is May 13th. So I did an array of cozies, and why I don't have them to show you is because I've done a separate like month-long vlog where I talk about all the different things that I'm making. You can follow on Instagram. Instagram is where I'm like updating daily on how my cozy, and it's crochet, knit, sewing, it's any kind of like handmade cozy. I cranked one of my cozies, so it's eclectic. It's not because like it's just me. There's no rules. I make up the rule. I do what I want. It is in junction with Nitty Natty's Cozy Along, which to qualify for her for the prizes in her knit along, you do need to make one of her patterns. So she has crochet yarn cozies, knit yarn cozies. She has can cozies as well as bottle cozies. She's got lots. So you make one of her patterns, and then you can enter on Instagram using the hashtag COZIEALONG2023. And there's also a Google form where you enter your finished cozies. So I'm in the middle of cozy number 16. I've made 16, and I think maybe 5 or 6 of mine qualify for her cozy along. So you should enter it. It's fun. Cozies end up pretty quick. We'll talk about it in WIPs, but that's why I don't really have finished objects. So technically I've got 15 finished objects, but I don't want it to be redundant when I talk about it in our cozy along. Also, that's like 15 finished objects for a podcast, and my sister's got 5. So if you want to get the up-to-date information on how my cozy along is going, follow us on Instagram. I'm usually updating stories daily on it, basically. So check that out, and then check out, you can subscribe to our channel to find out when I release the cozy along, my 30 cozies in 30 days video, which will probably be the middle of June, because let's be real, editing footage from 30 days is going to take my whole life to do. So there's that. Hopefully I finish the cozies before the end of May so I can actually drop it at the end of the month. But
I think you're doing very well. You're definitely ahead of the game, so I think you'll be fine. Especially
I'm like 3 days ahead. It's getting closer though. I used to be like 6 days ahead, and now I'm getting nervous.
Oh, it's tight.
All right, what you got, Che? You got lots.
Well, it's technically a design. So design, not the new one. Calm down with yourself. Come on. But these you saw last week are our my Gridlock socks. It will be coming out. When is it coming out?
Oh, June 1st.
June 1st. So stay tuned for the Gridlock socks. I finished both of these. These are in the yarn. It's from Universal Yarn, the Zesty sock. This is peppercorn, and I do believe you still can get this yarn. We have a coupon discount code, and it is an affiliate link. So if you do shop that link, it costs you nothing, but we get a little something. So feel free to pop over to that. But this is a fun textured design with some elongated stitches. These symbolize the lanes of the freeway. And then the little cables are the little cars all stacked up on each other, because who doesn't love gridlock traffic in Los Angeles? So these will be coming out soon. Excited to have finished these. We'll probably be knitting them again. So that's always nice.
We'll talk about it in acquisitions, because I'm in charge of yarn collaborations and design calls.
So watch the end a little bit more of this episode to hear more about our shenanigans with our Gridlock socks. I'm jumping around in terms of timeline of when I finish these because this is the one that's on the sock blocker. I just finished these socks yesterday. These are our May sock swap. And it is Butterfly Kisses, which is a pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady. So this is a yarn that my sister gave me. It is Amalfi Coast from Destination Yarn. And I will say, when I first started knitting these up, Gabz hasn't been able to start hers because she's been cozying and she's got this amazing whip that she'll share about later. But I was going through this roller coaster of emotions starting this pattern because I was like, I'm confused. The pattern's all the way around. Wait, no, it's only on the front. Wait, just kidding. It's on the back. This is confusing. I don't know what I'm doing. And like over the span of 45 minutes, Gabz was not responding to me. And I was just like texting her all my emotions. And I ended it with, oh, never mind. I'm being a complainer. This insert profane word is easy. This sock is easy. I used a different S word, but I'm just like, oh, just kidding. So I zoomed through these babies because I memorized it after like one repeat because it's actually very simple. It looks super complicated because I was like, I don't know how to do the little butterflies. Ah! Super simple. I didn't even have to watch the tutorial because I was like, I'm gonna have to watch the tutorial. Just kidding. I just read the instructions and it was fine. So this is it. I'm very proud of them. I would honestly do this again. I might change it a little bit because she does do a little bit of like patterning on the back of the sock. And I don't know if I'm like sold on that because then it stops for like the rest of the foot. So I probably would just do like the front butterfly kiss and then just leave the back as plain stockinette. So then it kind of matches all the way up. But super cute. Zoomed through these. I'm sure Gabz is going to zoom hers whenever she's able to pass these babies on.
Yeah, I haven't even started mine, and I got this stream of consciousness from my sister. It was bath time, so I was with my kids, and I see my phone pinging, but like I glanced at it and I saw that it was sock related, so I'm like, okay, this isn't like crisis mode. Chaylee calls me if it's crisis. Like that's when we know things are serious, is we call each other. That's when it's like drop everything and pick up the phone. But I just saw my phone pinging and I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Doing? It was very funny. Like
I finally read it and I'm like,
I was like, oh, I'm fine. Wait, I'm not fine. Gabz. Wait. Oh, just never mind. Ignore me. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. So I am on a kick right now of just like bright colors. This doesn't count because Gabz gave me this.
yeah,
but I am just what?
I made you do that one. Muted color. I didn't know you were going to be on a bright colors kick. You're not.
It's weird that you couldn't anticipate where I was going to be at in May. So I'm on bright colors kick. So I finished these electric socks. Oh wow, it's good with this extra lighting. And last time we podcasted, we were kind of in darkness. This is so bright.
That's ridiculous, Chaylee.
It's glowing. It's a
like
glow
glowing
tone.
out.
I love it. Look at these babies. Amazing. Amazing. These are a vanilla DK, but I did 2 yarns held double, which I guess makes sense when you say 2 yarns. But this the blue that you're seeing come through here is Lagoon from Western Sky Knits, and then the pink is Breaking Yarn, one of a kind experiment colorways, and then this hot toe is I believe it's
an experiment.
Burke Dye Works, and this is Freddie Mercury.
Yes. You said that last time. I remember now.
So these babies are hot. I'm very excited. It's also now getting hot in LA, so I can't actually wear my socks. Now I'm just saving up all these really bright suckers for later. Okay, and then these are also quite bright as well. These are this is my March Yarnable, which is called somehow Rest, Relax, Recharge, but it kind of fires me up.
That's like the recharge part, like the battery's now at full brightness.
Yeah, full battery. We fully charged. So these were a DK. I didn't follow per se a pattern for them, but I did like a 3x1 rib with a twisted rib, 1x1 twisted rib for the top, regular slip stitch heel flap, which then has inspired me to create this concoction of DK-ness, because I am on my DK kick for this year. And I love doing a vanilla DK, but I also kind of want to spice it up. But I also don't want to spice it up so much that I have to like follow my own like table or graphic for it. So I am thinking about creating like a worksheet, like a spicy DK worksheet where you like I'll explain different choices for ribbing patterns. You could like, it's like, you know, when you go to like a restaurant and it's like build your own poke bowl and you pick your base, you pick like all the toppings and other things. That's how I kind of want to write the pattern, where like you pick your cuff and then you would pick your simple texture. I'll have to learn how to do other heels. So you can pick what kind of heel. I'll have to learn how to do other toes. You can pick which kind of toe. So it's like you choose your mix-ins for your DK sock, but it's all going to be relatively simple, nothing crazy. So it'll probably be like this, like a seed stitch, maybe something else. Gabz taught me how to do eyelets, so now I got to go try that. So that is the next thing I'm going to be working on. But given how my design Thailand works, catch in about a year and a half when I finally get my act together on that one. I'll be faster, maybe just a year this time. But this is my last FO for this podcast. And I only have technically 2 whips because I finished these lickety split. So
I have 3 whips.
Oh, you go first.
Okay, so the whip that I'm working on is a cozy. And of course, I played yarn. It's right, like my sisters. I played yarn chicken and clearly lost by a lot. But I think it's fine because it's a yarn cozy. So the turquoise is a mini skein from Long Dog Yarn, which I got at Alamitos Bay Yarn Company when I did the LA yarn crawl like in 2016, 2015. This is a deep stash one, and I really like the color, and I just never found a sock that it was supposed to be for a contrast heel and cuff for one of the socks, and I just never found one that matched. I'm also discovering that I wear my socks and then the color fades, right? Because like I wear them all day. I'm a teacher, so I'm on my feet all day, that after I have to wash my socks a bunch of times, the color kind of fades. So now I'm determining that if I really like the mini skein, it shouldn't become a sock, because then it's going to fade. Like that's what happens to socks, right? Like you wear them, which you should. So it got put into my make as a yarn cozy. And then I was like, oh, I've got plenty of yarn. I'm going to make this in 100 gram. No,
she don't.
not.
No, she don't.
That was incorrect. So I went all the way to here and I was like,
whoopsie
I'm a lot short. So then I popped in this pink, which is Plumeria.
Let me guess next time.
Okay. By Destination Yarn. But the tricky part is it's a different weight. So Destination Yarn's fingering weight tends to be like borders on the sport weight.
Oh, so is it a passport?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the turquoise is very much a fingering weight. Like it's on the light side of fingering, so I had to like pop in a row of decreases to keep it even. So it wasn't the pattern's problem, it's my yarn weight. And now I'm about to pop on the I-cord bind off, and this will be cozy number 16. I knit these mostly on my prep while I'm teaching.
Crochet.
And I'm all yeah. Oh, I crochet them. I crochet them while I'm teaching. Because I'm teaching 60 high schoolers to knit and crochet, which is actually going really well. One of them has made a hat. So I'm like, what?
And whose pattern?
Oh, it's Chaley's pattern, which I will one day force her to publish by applying it to something. It's a really cute crochet beanie. And then I realized I was telling Chaley, I was like, well, we can publish it because it's been test crocheted now by 60 people, because my students are testing it. So we're catching any errors. And truly, there haven't been any errors.
Yeah.
And they're beginners. Like they're beginners. Like they learned a week and a half ago. So it's a solid pattern. So once I convince my sister to do it, or I may just type it up and do it. And that's kind of how it goes too. So I'm on cozy number 16, and I've got the yarn ready for the next one. Okay, Chay, you can guess this one. What's this?
can't even see that, Gabs. It's not even enough yarn.
You
Is
got it?
it
Because
from
I don't
one of
even know.
your the Harry Potter advents?
I think so. I don't even know, dude. I don't know. I have
Cannot
no idea.
even verify.
I don't know. I only have one Harry Potter advent, and it's the one from when they did year 2 from Destination Yarn. This was before all of the things
No.
came out about,
Dragon Horde.
oh yeah, Dragon Horde and Yarn Cafe Creations. This was before all the horrible things came out about J.K. Rowling, which is why I only have year 2, because we do not support J.K. Rowling and her turf life behavior. So that's why I only have year 2. But this was 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So I don't know the colors. I lost the tags, of course. Yeah. So there's that. That will be the next one. So catch our Instagram stories if you want to see how that one works up. And it's your turn, Shay.
Okay. So this project has just gone through it. If you watched last week's weekend vlog, I had another whole range of emotions about this sweater. So here we are. We're good. I haven't touched it since last weekend because I was like attached to my butterfly kisses socks. So I really wanted to finish those. But this is my prismatic sweater. And this is rendition. Technically, I wrote it as 2, but this is actually number 3 because I did start it with a different yarn and then was not happy and had to consult a friend to be like, I need you to like come over and like help me with this yarn. So this is the prismatic sweater, which is a pattern by Wool and Pine. I want to say Designs,
I think so.
but it's super cute. And I've been wanting to do this for so long. I just like couldn't settle on the colors because I was going to do Christmas, but then I was like, but I already have like a Christmas sweater. And then you really only can wear it for a certain season of the year. So I wanted something that I could wear a little bit longer. So, and then last podcast you saw like I had ripped it out because I wasn't loving the single ply that I was using for the main color, which is like what most of you are going to be knitting in. So that's exhausting. And I like finally settled on this color and I like zoomed in one day all the way past where I was with the single ply. So I'm like, okay, this is a good sign. You're much more attached. Plus, I really like this color. So what I'm using for my main color is a Dragon Horde yarn, Pop Rocks and Candy Corn, which is like one of my favorites from her. I had been wanting it for so long. I think she had like a sale or something. And I was able to get it. And so this is what it's looking like knit up. Look at that.
That's so cute.
Isn't that cute? And I feel like it's autumnal, but like I could still wear it like at other times. So here I'll hold up the other skeins with it, right? Because you've got color work. So picture the color work, lock that into your mind.
I got it, Shay. I've seen this sweater hella times.
Okay, God. And so main color. One contrast.
That's like the outline, right? It's going to be the black.
The insides.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think this will stand, the white will create more of like a contrast. I could theoretically do it this way, but I think I like the pink as like the insides because like if you look at it, here, you can kind of see the bottom part looks like hearts.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
I think it'd be cute with the pink. So this is the prismatic sweater that I'm going to be making, and it's going to be awesome. So I'll work on that. Maybe I'll work on that today since I have some time. Yeah, she's coming along, but I also did just get myself into another sweater test knit. So now I'll have 2 sweaters at the same time. And that one is also color work, but it is DK. So I'm hoping it will go faster. But we'll see.
Have you ordered the yarn for it yet?
Yes, and it already shipped.
Oh, excellent. My turn?
Your turn.
Oh, good, because I was about to start the I-cord bind off on this baby, and that would have been terrible to try and do that with. Okay, so the reason that I have no finished objects, and I'm thinking I'm knitting pretty fast on this, considering I started it on like April 30th. I got into another test knit. Who's surprised? Nobody's surprised. This test knit is a jumpsuit. So whole situation.
It's funny every time you say it.
It's supposed to be shorts. It's a tank top and shorts. Well, like, it's a jumpsuit. by Patricia Lima of Lima Knits. It's called, I think it's called the Navigo.
So it's supposed to be a romper?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I decided I didn't want shorts because then I could only wear it over the summer. And my summer is only 8 weeks long this year, which is ridiculous. School board, it's a whole thing. So I wanted pants so I could wear it to school. So I could teach in it because, right, I can put a sweater on and then it's appropriate to teach in. So the pattern called for to knit 3 inches for the legs, but that's too short because those are shorts, right? That's only a 3-inch inseam. So I knit 20 inches so I would have capris. So I've been knitting and knitting and knitting and knitting and knitting and knitting these legs of these pants. And I finally did both legs, and oh my gosh, it's looking really fly. Like it's
Tell them about my idea.
Oh, so okay. So let me show you my thing. It's in this beautiful green that I
Oh,
got
wow.
from D-Stash for Good. It's by Ryberry Yarns, who's no longer dying, which I'm so sad they're not because it's so pretty. In their colorway of Tobacco Road. So I was like, ooh, this is so cute. So it's long. Like this is the bottom of the leg. So it's kind of like the cut of the pants are kind of like culottes right now, but Chaley gave me an excellent suggestion because it's a folded hem bottom, right? Which was a pain in the butt. I have to tell you, it was an absolute pain. And that's why I dawdled on this test knit, because I do not like provisional cast-ons where you have to unpick the thingamajiggy and then you have to pick. I do not like that technique. But it looks beautiful, but I cannot stand that technique. But I did it. But I left a hole per my sister's suggestion. So now I can put either ties or elastic in it so I can have like scrunchy legs. So it tapers almost like bloomers. So that's cool because if I don't want a cool out look, then I can have 2 different looks. So I knit my whole leg. I measured it against a pair of capris that I like. And I joined the legs because, surprise, I haven't stitched up the crotch yet. So they're currently crotchless pants. Because I don't have that step because she does her chest knits in phases. So I'm only on phase 1. So I currently have crotchless capris going on. And I've joined at the waist. I'm here. These are my waist like decreases because I'm decreasing for that. I need to knit from the bottom of the crotch to where she says to end for your bust. I need to knit, I think, 12 inches, which isn't that long. I measured on myself. I'll have to measure again. So this is where I am. It's got these really pretty like darts almost. Like it's a slip stitch detail. I don't know if you can see it like right there. And it's slowly decreasing in, and and the top is basically looks like this top. Right? So it's got the buttons because that's how you're going to get into it. I'm really excited about it. And the cool thing about her test knit or her pattern is that your bottom half and your top half, you can pick the size. Like I'm knitting, I'll explain. I'm knitting extra small bottoms, but I'm knitting a small top. So she gives directions on how to transition between 2 sizes if you don't match just the whole extra small size. So like you could be a medium bottoms and an extra small top, or medium bottoms and extra large top. And you can she tells you how to make the increases to make that transition, which I thought was cool because most of the time you're not the same size on the top as the bottom as like the standard, which whatever the heck that is. But I liked that it was decently customizable that way. So I'm excited. I've been knitting on it. It's due June 10th. I have 4 skeins of yarn. I'm into my 3rd skein already, but I'm thinking I've done the longest part because it's the legs, right? Like I think it's okay. And the yarn's out, the dyer doesn't make yarn anymore. So I'm either gonna have to fade into something else if I run out of yarn, or I'm gonna have to start trolling the D-Stash pages or what have you. But I think it's gonna be really cute. I'm excited. The original pattern calls for cotton and linen, but I did it in, what did I do it? Superwash merino nylon. So basically sock yarn. because last time I knit a garment in cotton, it's stretched. I've knit 2
Right.
garments in cottons and it's stretched immensely. And I don't know if it's my gauge or what or how I'm washing it, but it's ridiculously large now. And I was like, I can control wool a lot better than I can control cotton. So I went with the wool. It'll be fine. I'll wear a belt. I'll wear a belt. So that's what I've been working on. That's probably what I will be only working on until I finish, because it's one of those phase test knits where you don't get the whole pattern until you meet the next deadlines, which I've never done before. So I don't want to have an unfinished jumpsuit. So I'm like steaming ahead on this one. But I could just buy the pattern at the end, right? If I don't finish, but I'm committed. I can do this. I'm committed to it. I got it. What else are you working on, Shay?
I just have another electric sock that I'm working on right now. So this is in my Erin Lane bag. This bag, it's called, I believe, like Rainbow Narwhal Butts. So she's cute. And I actually brought this to the movies with me because, inspired by Nitty Natty and all those superpowers that people shared, I decided to see if I had any other powers. So I tried walking and knitting, and now I tried knitting in the movie theater. It went fine, except it got a little like touch and go because I like a lot of butter on my popcorn. So slippery. Because I was trying to eat and knit, and I was like, I went to the movies by myself. So like I didn't have anyone to support in this process. So it was fine. But I'm working on the second sock of this. So this is sock number 2, which you're like, that's not super bright, Jay. Like it's vibrant, but it's not too bright. Wait till you see what I decided to put for the toe.
Oh, have you not shown this on the podcast? I'm like, I know what the toe looks like.
Look at that.
That's crazy.
Isn't that amazing? Maybe I did. Did I show this last week? I feel like I had just started the toe maybe on these.
It might have just been
Gabz said it looks like a watermelon, which I happen to agree. But this is actually guava inspired. So the main color is olive. No, what is it? Yeah, olive fiber arts, and it is called "You Guava Be Kidding Me."
You're such a sucker for a pun.
It's so funny. I love it. And this is honestly like the softest DK I've ever worked with. Like it is so soft. I love it so much. You're not even going to get this one, Gabz, because I'm making a pink DK scrappy sock. So I'm putting it in that stash. So you won't even get to hold this in your hot hands. But again, a vanilla DK. And then I did this is fingering actually, but I just held it double for the green, which ends up working out really well for my row 1 minis because they're about 10 grams. So then I use up a good amount for the toe, and then I can put it into the magic knot ball. The green is called Pea Soup from Asylum Fibers. So I am just into the gusset, or I'm kind of halfway or so through the gusset decreases on this second sock. So I expect to finish this by the end of this weekend. But yep, that's my only other whip. I do have my blankets, but they're kind of just chugging along. So not a huge update there.
Yeah, that's my last whip too, which I was just thinking about. I was like, do I even need to pull it out? I'm working on my Cozy Memories blanket. I put in 1 square. I put in 1 whole square of the Cozy Memories blanket, and that is it for this week. And it's kind of a tangled mess. Let me see if I can grab it. I did have to graduate it to, oopsies, I'm just dropping my crochet hook, to a larger bag because it wasn't working. And I did 1 square. I've done 1 whole square. I did this 1 purple square.
Lovely.
In my bad luck purple, which I read about on Instagram. This purple has given me so much trouble. I've had so much drama with this purple. I've tried to use it in like 4 projects, and it is my bad luck purple because I always have to frog it every time. Even this little ridiculous square, I cast on the wrong amount of stitches. The bad luck purple. So I'm done with it. Like I'm done with this bad luck purple. Like I ran out of it. I'm
not
done.
Even in the magic knot ball?
No, I didn't even want to give it to you because
you didn't want to give me the bad energy.
Yeah. So I used it up in my scrappy blanket. I am very behind in my scrappy blanket because I keep knitting cozies because I got this cozy thing going on. But I am bound and determined to pull ahead on my sister in this magic knot ball challenge because I'm like 40 grams behind, and it's very upsetting. So I may just wind in a whole 100-gram skein and be like, ha, winning you now.
Put in a self-striping one and then it'll mix it up.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. It's the cozy along because I need to put the cozies in the scrappy blanket and then into Chaley's thing. I was also telling Chaley, because I'm making this jumpsuit, like even at the end of it all, the scrap it's only one scrap, right? It's not like a lot of volume. So it's still going to be, I'm still only adding like what, maybe 5 grams after this gigantic jumpsuit I'm making. I'm plagued. I'm plagued right now.
Sorry, Gabz.
Okay. What do we do next? I forget.
Acquisitions.
What is it, me or is it you first?
How much you got?
Just the knit picks thing.
Okay, you go first.
Okay. So Chaley and I divide up our little side hustle into things people are responsible for. Chaley is responsible for mostly YouTube stuff and videos and that kind of thing because I'm not that good at it. That's why my sister's videos get more views than mine do. Which is fine. Which is fine. No, go watch my videos now.
Somebody go view Gabz's video.
Watch my videos on repeat. It's really not like a huge difference. It's like 20 people. So if 20 people like my sister better than me, that's fine, whatever. I'm in charge of like designs and like submitting our designs to like publications or getting yarn support or like coming up with collaborations. That's what I do. So sometimes I get on a design kit, like an application kit, which is what I did. So I submitted 3 designs to Knit Picks for their independent designer program where they send us yarn support. We knit up the sample, we write up the pattern, and then we resubmit it for inclusion into their program. And they either accept it or deny it. And if they deny it, we still get to keep the yarn and publish it, self-publish it anyway. So Gabz read that as cool, free yarn. So that's what I did. So we applied, 3 got accepted. So we're in the next phase of testing of this process. And one of those that I submitted was the Gridlock socks, which were already accepted by Universal Yarn. But I talked to Knit Picks and they said it was fine. We just have to like market them different. So my lovely sister gets to knit the Gridlock socks again for the 3rd time. And I'm like, well, that's what you get for not publishing it. If you had published it. So we got this. It's really cute. It's this perfect summer yarn from Knit Picks. It's in Knit Picks Hawthorne fingering weight. It's called Peach Melba Speckle. And it's a 80-20 superwash fine Highland wool and 20% polyamide, which I think is just acrylic. So I will be giving this to my parents to give to my sister. It's got these cute little speckle bits. It's going to be cute. But now my sister, I think when I told her, I was like, you have to knit Gridlock set. She was like, shut up, no. And I'm like,
because like it's my own pattern and it's nice and all, but usually after I knit the sample, I don't knit it again.
Yeah. So girls, this pattern's going to be really good because she'll have had to read it 3 times. So this is off to my sister eventually. And then I also submitted a hat design, which is a fingering weight hat in this really pretty purple. It is Hawthorne fingering weight, Sweet Home tonal hand painted. And it's this lovely purple, and it's a lace hat that I'm going to be knitting probably in June, because that makes sense, right? Knit a hat in June. And it should be really fun. It should be like one of those like gift knit situations where it's like a little bit fancy, but it's not like ridiculously fancy, because knit and crochet things seem to be like in popular like commercial fast fashion as well. So that's a thing. And then we're all, look at this crazy hot color, which is not what the color on the internet looked like, but that's okay. It's also, this is a cowl using my sister's Gridlock chart pattern, because I initially wanted to make it in a teal torch knit colorway. So I sketched it up, done all the things. I was like, I'll just submit it and see what happens. That's how I ended up in 8 test knits last fall, because I just submitted it and saw what happened. I finished them all. I will finish all these. It's fine. This is their Muse fingering weight on and it's called Pizzazz hand painted. And this is a 75/25. It's really cute. It's perfect summer situation. So we've got 3 designs, 3 yarn support. So thank you so much, Knit Picks, for sending us this yarn. I really like working with Knit Pick stuff. I feel like it's pretty affordable in terms, but it also kind of gives that hand dyed, indie dyed look. It feels like the middle ground. Does that make sense? Like the middle ground between commercial, like really commercial, like Joann's, Michael's, big box store, and then like indie dyed. It seems like it's the middle ground when you want a little bit more, but it's tricky with the budget, especially sweaters. Sweaters are expensive. The only way I was able to afford the Navigo stuff is because I got it on a D-stash for $70. 4 skeins of hand-dyed yarn for $70.
That's really good.
That was because I mean, hand-dyed yarn is usually, what is it now?
$30.
So 120. Then
Not including like shipping and tax.
Yeah, I mean, $70 is still a lot, but so I get it in terms of what's affordable. So we're so excited. I'm so excited. Shaylee's grumbly with me, but it's fine.
Fine, I'll knit it.
Yeah, she's like, for real, Gabz? And I'm like, yeah, and I can't knit it because I've got my own applications that I had to
do. Well, I've got a lot of goodies here to console me with. So the first is I won a gift card to Ritual Dyes for doing their selfish make along. So you just had to make something with their yarn for yourself. And I'm like, not a problem.
Like all the knitting we do.
Sign me up. So I won a very generous $100 gift card. And so Gabz and I did some shopping during their spring sale as well, which is great. So we got a couple of things. I think one thing we're sharing and then one thing for each of us. And then we also got other things, but then they ended up being out of stock. So now I randomly have like $3 left on my gift card. So that's okay. Well, it's fine. But we got this yarn, which is my first magpie yarn, which I'm kind of excited about because I hear everyone talking about it and I get a little bit of FOMO. So now I feel like I'm in the club with having this magpie. And it's 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, and you get 400 yards, 115 grams of it. And the colorway is Canadian beaver. So this will probably become something for our mother because we all know she loves that brown life. So this one I think will split somehow, or Gabz will come up with some idea of what we need to do with this, and I'll just hold on to it for us. And then we each got a skein of La Bien Ami, which is exciting. I think we're both going to try and make hats out of it. So this is the one that I got, and it's called Khaleesi. So it's Game of Thrones yarn. So I think I'm going to do a Musselburgh hat. And I can't remember who it was who did the Musselburgh hat where it had 2 different like minis in it to make the different brims.
It's Huga Canyon, but Huga is spelled Hygge.
Great. So I think I'm going to follow their lead and pick 2 mini skeins that will go with this. Then I can have like a semi-reversible hat where like the main part will still be this color on both sides, but then the brim option will be different. So I think that'll be kind of fun. And then this is Gabz's, and it's called Jasper. And it's also they're kind of like go together, which is cute. So we have like sister yarn here, which is great because we also like La Bien Ami is beautiful, but I think because of the cashmere in it, no, just kidding. This is 100% superwash merino. I don't know. La Bien Ami just tends to be a little bit pricey for us. So like because we had the gift card, this was like the time to strike for it because it's not in the budget for me and I would never buy it for myself unless I did have like a gift card or a coupon. So this was awesome. And it comes with these really beautiful like speckles.
Yeah.
Which I think is lovely. You can see a little bit more on the front there. So we got these all through Ritual Dyes. So that was awesome. And then I can't remember what I did, but for some reason I knew that I deserved to treat myself. And I don't remember why.
You had that really hard week in April.
This wasn't even in April, I don't think.
I think you ordered it and it just took you a long time to get it.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I had a really long week where I worked like 8 days straight, so I decided I needed a treat. And my favorite candy is Peachios. So I got this peach ring stitch marker. Look at that. Isn't that cute? It even has like it has sparkles on it so that it like simulates the like sugar crystals
Mm-hmm.
that are on the outside. And this is from Simply Serving, who is on Etsy. This is their little card. So I am just so pumped about this. I think I might put it onto my prismatic sweater because it kind of feels like Halloween-y candy-y. And like I feel like this would go with the vibe. So I'm excited about that. And then we shopped the spring cleaning sale, live sale for Erin Lane bags.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so we shopped that and it was really a lot. That was a very long live sale
It
to
was like
be a
6
part of.
hours.
It was like in that time, I think finished a sock, made dinner, meal prepped, like did all these things. And then after that, because I shop it and then Gabz and her husband shop it, then we like confer to be like, so what did you get? What did you get, to figure out like who should place the order for us? So I ended up getting a couple of things that I wanted for myself that they hadn't gotten, and then something that Gabz wanted. So for me, I got this Notions pack that says balls, which is funny. Look at that guy. Love that. And then it's got a nice magnet to connect it. So you can put all your notions in there, which I actually think this will be perfect for when I travel. So this might be in my travel notions pack now. And then I also got a twofer, which had, it'll be actually kind of looks nicer this way. 2 different fabrics, and this is the origami dinosaurs one, so it's perfect. Love that.
That'll be perfect for your new test knit because it's dinosaur and twofers are perfect for color work. Sorry.
Okay, great. So that I'm gonna use it. I don't think it's big enough because I had to buy like 8 skeins. I'll just use yours until I send it to you.
Okay.
So I got a regular twofer. So it does come with this fabric in between, so you can do, it has 2 different sides, which is super cute. So I love this. And then Gabz got a super twofer, so same basic design, it's just bigger. And hers is the mother forking shirt balls. So look at that, cutie. So this is Gabz's. So I'll just hold on to this until I see her next, or I might send it with our parents. But hers comes with this great kind of heavy duty strap on it, which is lovely. So there we are. So technically not all of these are my acquisitions. Just 98% was for me.
I shopped the sale as well. Mine haven't come yet, but that's okay. Mine are supposed to come on Monday. So I'll either save them for the podcast in 2 weeks or just do a acquisitions video like I did last time when I got my destination lane. So those are those our only acquisitions?
I mean, that's still a lot of stuff, dude.
I know, and so we should transition to news because you're gonna have more acquisitions next time.
Yes, because I am going to Utah next weekend with our parents, and it is like solo trip of Chaley plus our parents plus their friends, because apparently they can't handle being just around me, but whatever.
There.
So we are going to Park City, Utah, and I have already put on our itinerary that we're going to stop at a yarn shop, Blazing Needles, in Salt Lake. And then I found one, Wasatch. I could be pronouncing that wrong, but if you know how to pronounce that, feel free to drop in the comments. I think it's Wasatch Wool and Fiber Company in Park City, Utah. So that'll be nice. We'll go to both, and I'm excited to go on that trip with them. May is also an exciting month for us because in addition to our cozy challenge, or ours, Gabz's cozy
it's ours
challenge.
because if Chaley knits cozies, I'm gonna count them as mine too.
Oh, I was gonna start a can cozy today.
So if Chaley does one, I'm counting it because I think Dad made one of my cozies, and I'm counting that too.
Okay,
It's
great.
it's a royal we here. I mean, it's
Collaborative.
gonna be like 90% Gabz, but you know, it's cozies. 30 is a lot.
So we are also doing a May Miles challenge. We were inspired by the crazy sock lady who was challenging herself to run a mile a day. So for all of May, we are running at minimum a mile a day. So here we are on May 13th. We've definitely run at least 13 miles, which is very exciting because we are also
26 miles, man.
well, I ran 13.
No, honey, 13 times 2.
Well, I know, but I was counting only for me.
We run probably collectively, we probably run like 33, 34 because some days we go over. Most days we go over, except for that one week where I kept getting rained on.
Yeah, and you were on like 0.2.
I was so mad.
But and I also have a gym membership, so I can also run on the treadmill. Like if the weather's yucky, I'll just go to the gym and run on the treadmill, which is nice. But we're doing very well on that. So it's been fun, I think, to just keep up with that and figure out how to fit that into your day. And we'll keep you updated on that. If you want to see kind of our progress through it, we do have a highlight on our Instagram. So if you go to our profile, there's little bubbles. I mean, it's the only bubble that'll be there. It's our May Miles challenge. So you'll feel free to click through our pictures to see how we were doing on every day of that. So that's kept May pretty exciting because we are working towards being able to run a half marathon. And actually, Gabz, one of my colleagues signed up for a half marathon in December, and I might run it with them. It's in Santa Monica, which is pretty close to me. So I might legit have something to work towards. You're welcome to run too.
I'll run it. Like I'll train with my sister, but races aren't my thing. I'm blind in one eye, so the like rushing of all the people past me just like it makes me nervous. Like because I've like run a 5K before. Like I was a turkey trot, so it wasn't even, but it like that people popping out of my blind spot constantly for 3 miles is hard on me. Because like when I run with Chaley, we don't run next to each other, right? Like Chaley's faster than me. So she's like a little bit in front of me. So it's fine. But like when there's a huge group. So like I'm gonna train with my sister, but I was so pouty the first week because Chaley's like 1.4 miles. And I'm like, I got rained on. And she's like, gym selfie. And I'm like, I was outside in the rain for the 3rd day in a row doing this challenge that you thought it was hard because it was the first 4 days of May. It was raining. So every day I'd wake up, get dressed in my running gear, go out like half a mile. And I'm like, there was thunder one day. And I was like, okay, crap. I'm better now. I think it's sunny. It's like 90 degrees. So I'm getting like, I'm there. I also live on top of a hill. So it's all elevation change the whole time. So it's really hard to be motivated because like it feels like running uphill all the time because it's not like a steady hill. It rolls. So you're always running uphill. I'm like, man, I just wish I had a treadmill so I could push the 0 button and run the flats, which is what I did today. I ran down my hill and then I ran by the lake, and that was much more enjoyable. Also, my neighbors don't pick their weeds. So I'm bushwhacking a lot of the way. I'm like, and then when it was raining, there was water on my face because I was getting bushwhacked by the weeds. And I was like, and Shaylee's in this amazing university gym. And I'm like, but I'm doing it. I'm doing
We're almost halfway. So
yeah, it's easier now. When there's a challenge, especially when there's 2 of us doing it, we usually like I'll do it, right? Unless something like we get super sick or like I roll my ankle or something like that, unless like some external force prevents me from doing it or like my kids need me or something like that. But
no, they're going running with you.
I take the girls with me. Taking the 3-year-old is definitely different than taking the 1-year-old.
Yeah, big weight difference there.
Yeah, it's about a 20-pound weight difference. So I'm like, oh, okay. And there's 2.5 miles, and I'm like 1.1.
Yeah, but you outran me by a lot today. I squeaked out that mile barely. I maybe had a little too more wine than I should have at my dinner party last night. So I woke up this morning like, whose dumb idea was it to run a mile?
Yours, absolutely yours.
I was like, I feel horrible. I'm 26 and I don't handle my alcohol as well as I used to be able to. So here we are, but I think that's it. So you stay tuned. I'll do a vlog of Utah. I'm sure Gabz has some other things coming out soon. Definitely subscribe so you can get updated on her cozy challenge. And oh my God, the giveaways.
And we have another giveaway.
So last week we sent out a giveaway, or we posted about a giveaway in our podcast for the single ply yarn that I no longer needed in my life. And so I'm excited that the winner of this giveaway is Emily from Delight Knits. So I'll put your name on the screen here as well. Congratulations, Emily. Please email us. Our email is down below with your address, and I will get this sent out to you with a couple other goodies as well. So congratulations on that. And Gabz has another giveaway to announce as well.
Okay, so I've been making cozies, so I am also trying to scrap free my fabric, which means I use up all my fabric. So this one's a small giveaway, but I made DPN cozies, and I made 2 of this gnome one, which was definitely supposed to be for Valentine's Day, but it's okay, it's May. So I made DPN cozies, and then this one, you've probably seen in Shaylee's bag, it's a dinosaur taco one. But I followed a pattern, and it turns out they're too long for the needles that I have. I think they're for 7-inch DPNs, and I have like 5.5-inch DPNs, so they're too big. So we would like to give these away to someone who uses DPNs. I don't use DPNs when I do sock knitting. I only use them for my Cozy Memories blanket, so I like really need them to be the right size. And Shaylee doesn't use DPNs for sock knitting either. She uses 9-inch circulars. So we'd love these to go to someone who uses DPNs more frequently. What should they write for their giveaway comment, Shay?
How about, what is the summer project that you are looking forward to working on? Summer / end of spring project. Like maybe you're also making a jumpsuit. Maybe you're making some socceroonies and like warming up for summer sock camp with the crazy sock lady. So like put it down below. Like, what are you preparing for? Do you have a summer plan in mind? If you don't, just be like, I'm winging it, and that's cool too. The knitting will tell me what I need to make. Like that's a fine.
That's what Daniel, my husband, just said. I was like, "What you getting at Costco?" He's gonna like, "I'm gonna let Costco tell me what I need." I'm like,
Costco will tell me what I need.
Oh, good. $400 later. He just got home, so I'm worried to walk out there and see what's on the dining room table because it's gonna be something.
Yeah, but then if you buy Costco food because it's only like $1.50 for a hot dog and a soda, you're like, it's such a discount. Like
that's what my kids are eating right now. I'm pretty sure Letty's got her pizza and Letty's got her hot dog.
Delicious.
That's why it's quiet out there.
Go find them. But again, congratulations, Emily. And then comment down below to enter into this week's giveaway. And we will see you all soon. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye.